89.9 FM. I got my dude Hugh EMC.
What it do, man? What it do? What it do?
In the building.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself, who you are, where you from, and what do you do?
Yo, I am the Hugh EMC, OG big homie, Phil Molian, you know what I'm saying? Laid the groundwork, you know what I'm saying, for a lot of these cats out here, man, you know what I'm saying? Laid the groundwork for the JTs, the Quins, the Big Riches, the Messy Malls. I'm they big homie, man. You know, I'm widely known for, you know what I'm saying, the hit single Keep a Beat Broke, you know what I'm saying, Gangsta-matic, my poetry, been in the game for a long time, you know what I'm saying, I'm rapper, producer, you know, doing things, man, you know what I'm saying, you know, and right now, you know, he was up in here, you know, pumping the old and the new, man, reminding y'all where it came from and what it do right now.
That's what's up, man. So, real quick, man, let's go into projects. What projects do you got out that we can look for?
Well, okay, right now, you know, I really want everybody, man, to hit up iTunes, man. You know what I'm saying? Get that Bay Area Originators double LP, you know what I'm saying? 33 tracks for the price of $9.99. You know I'm a numerologist, I drop cypher. You know what I'm saying? So them is 33 tracks for $9.99. You know what I'm saying, man? So go and get that. It's a player price, double album for the price of one. You know, and I drop a lot of game and wisdom, and you know the beats are slapping, the music is lovely. I got a lot of cats on there, man, like, you know, the rapping folk, Tay, Quinto. I had to go grab Tay to Tay, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got Quinn up on there, man. It's like the music is hot. A lot of my own production, a lot of production for a lot of other great producers from around there. Of course, TC, D-Wiz, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got my man Cold Blood the Great on there rocking, doing his thing. You know, it's like, man, the music is hot. You know, I always drop lyricism. There's always substance to my lyrics, man. So, you know, you most definitely want to get a part of that game. And also, you know, hit up cdbaby.com or get up in the Rasputins, man, and or iTunes and get that classic collection of all of the classics, man. The Mob LP and the Gangsta Knowledge EP. And that, you know, Gangsta-matic, Keep a Beat Broke, you know what I'm saying? You know, Hustler's Life, and you know, some of them classics, man, you know, you want to get a hold to, man. Lace yourself right.
Yeah, most definitely. So real quick, because you said you came up in the old school, paved the way and all that stuff. Real quick, let's talk about how you first started. Like, when did you actually start?
Yo, see, man, I'm so old school with it, man. See, it's only, you know, and I'm a humble MC, man. You know, like all MCs got their, I mean, you know, to be a rapper, you gotta have your machismo, your arrogance. That's part of hip hop. But you gotta be humble too. You know what I'm saying? For those, if you don't want to, you know, smash your head or you know, have one of them ugly accidents that you know you see some of these cats have in the media from time to time or whatever. You know, so I stay humble. So I give shouts out where it's due, and it's only really a couple of MCs that I bow to as far as where I got the game from. You know, and that's, you know, cats lyrically like Rakim, you know what I'm saying? But far as this independent music game, I gotta give it to Too Short, man, selling music up out of his trunk. So I peeped him, you know what I'm saying, what he was doing, and with the crew, 75 Girls and all that. I was the first cat in Frisco to do that. You know, Cool Nut came right after me, like on my heels, him and Maxatius and all them over there in Lakeview put their thing together. And then of course the rapping Forte, Frankie J, Ragtop Productions with rapping Forte. You know, and actually Fo had been rapping longer than me, but I was the first really to put something on the map from the Frisco. You know, like, you know, in a major way. But like, you know, so I peep game from cats like Too Short, you know, and I gotta shout out DJ EFX's older brother Rule, you know what I'm saying, who showed me how to go and actually get records pressed up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you know, I'm a young dope dealer, man. I came, you know, gave Raul like $3 grand, was like, man, bring me some records back. You know what I'm saying?
It's good. Like, real quick, man, for you coming up with the age at the time frame and when you came out from, because you were probably one of the first ones to actually push product at that time. What is the difference now from then?
Man, the game is convoluted, glutted, and there's overabundance of artists out there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot easier to make music nowadays. Everybody want to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's and to say that, you got a lot of whack stuff out there, but it's a lot of good stuff. I mean, it's an overabundance of like good material.
It's too
much.
You know what
I'm saying? Like, man, you know, so really to make yourself stand out. Back in the day, the hard part was getting the money behind things and getting the major industry. See, I'm so old school with it. It was before street rap and gangster rap really took over. So a lot of people in the Bay Area radio industry and that were connected with record labels, they really wasn't messing with the street rappers. You know, they they was messing with more, you know, like, I mean, you know, say like Paris or MCs like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so so it took a while for the street cats really to start getting signed and getting recognized when the streets took over, you know. And then also on another note, it's just the amount of money that you needed to actually get product out, to make production. You know, man, you can sit at home today, man, with a Pro Tools and, you know, with a couple of $1,000 pieces of equipment and make some pristine sounding stuff. Back then, first studio I recorded at was Live Oak Studios, man. That's like 70 something an hour. You know what I'm saying? You know,
it was rare.
Yeah.
Now it's just everywhere.
That's the way to put it. That's the way to put it.
I'm just saying, man, because I've been people like making beats off their phone.
Man, did you see that happen?
Yeah, and then now they got video games that make beats, and I'm like, man, my partner came to me like, I make beats on a video game. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, man.
It's crazy. So now everything is evolutionized. We got smartphones and everything is different now. Now applying yourself. And coming up from the old school to the new school, how do you apply yourself to be relevant nowadays?
Well, see, the thing is, I'm from the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the game really don't change.
Yeah.
And I position myself as OG big homie Uncle Huey.
Yeah,
you know,
Uncle Huey.
So let me put you young cats up under my wing, man. You understand me? And let me lace you with this real, because the game is technically the same. Like, man, I seen a picture of Molly's. Like, man, I ain't never popped a Molly, you know what I'm saying? You know, I seen a picture of them, I'm looking at them, and they in jail caps. And like, you know, I was popping ecstasy back in '93. You know what I'm saying? And that's how ecstasy came in jail caps. Like, so it looked like the, you know, the original same stuff to me. So cats like, this is new, this is a Molly. Man, I was off Molly in '93, man.
It's like Sodom and Gomorrah to Las Vegas.
Man, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's still going on. And it's been going on.
So I keep, you know,
if you don't know now, you know.
So that's how I stay relevant. You know, I stay tapped into the game. Even though
different names.
I'm balanced and square on all four corners. You know, understand me? You know, I don't sell dope no more. No pimp hoes no more. I'm working 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying?
We legit now, baby. Business license.
But I got that game history, so that's what I tap into, man, when I make this music.
When you make this music.
And I'm still touched in with the streets, man. You know, it is what it is.
You know? So this is where you came from. This is what you got going on as well. Now let's go into the future, man, because you know I know you're still moving. You just did a couple of tours. You were just telling my dude Roddy Bo as well. You came out for some shows. Yo,
well, I just got back from DC.
How was that?
Man, DC was beautiful, man.
What was popping there?
You know, well, you know, I went out to DC.
Me?
Hugh
EMC, baby.
Man, you know, but like, yeah, man, I connected, you know what I'm saying, you know, with some cats affiliated with what they call No Limit North, and they out there doing, you know, basically doing showcases and, you know, looking for talent, that type of thing, you know. I had a quick little meeting with BET, you know, just an advertisement type of meeting, you know, because this is just game for those, you know, messing with major media outlets or whatever, you know what I'm saying, unless you're on a major label or something like that, you know, you can get you a meeting, you step up and, you know, I want to buy some commercial time, you know what I mean? You know, but like, you ain't gonna get no meeting coming up there, like, play my video, I got it on DVD, like, they got a million cats with that, you want to buy some commercial time, and you want to spend some money, well, you know, come and have a seat.
Money-wise, what's the difference between how much you spent then to how much you're spending now?
Man, you know what? It's about the same, but what I spend it at is different now.
What do you mean?
I spend a lot less on production. Like I was saying,
studio.
I'm in the studio $70 an hour. You know, now basically, you know, I trim costs. You still got them kind of studios where I can get the sound that I need. The studios that pay about, you know, either at the house or about, you know, 35, 40
$20.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
good mic.
Word, you know.
Preamp.
You know, and just make sure you get with a good masterer.
That's
you know, some good masterer.
But that's different stages, right? Mixing and mastering in different stages.
Yeah, you gotta
so pretty much you can record everything for a good price.
And that's what's different. the money needs to be put into promotion. A lot of cats don't recognize this, man. You know, they just, you know, okay, I'm just gonna throw this up on YouTube, and I'm just gonna, you know, well, Twitter is part of promotion, but like, I've spent money with, you know, sickness.net and a couple of other, even Facebook, buying advertisement from them.
You actually spent money on Facebook?
Oh yeah, you can buy advertisement on Facebook.
Well, okay, I never did that before. So what is it that you retrieved? Like, say I bought the advertisement from Facebook. What did you get from there?
You like as having any business, it's up to you to keep track of your numbers and all that. But this is what I learned though. Listen, with Facebook especially, it's like, man, 35,000 people could click or see your image. Like 35,000 people will actually see.
Boom,
let's say take that number.
Out
of that 35,000, maybe 2,000 that click on it. You know, now out of that 2,000 that click on it, man, you'll be lucky to get 50 to 100 to actually buy something. So that's how the numbers break down. And so
it's there.
So that's why you gotta advertise profusely.
Michael, listen to what you're saying right now. Now, would it be making a difference of how it looked?
Oh yeah.
To buying it, like if I seen a video like, oh, Hugh EMC, it was really boring, and then compared to like it was flashing lights.
Oh yeah, man.
It make a difference.
Most definitely. And how many times a person sees it too.
How many times a person sees it,
because like if you see it over and over, like a lot of people do email blasts. And you know, and depending. And sometimes me, you know, I've been an artist in the industry for up 10 years. I'm an ex-radio DJ job. So my mind mentality. Well, you know, I used to be over in the Bay and at the the sister station over at KPOO.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I rocked over there for years. In the city. You know, in the city.
Shouts out to them as well, man.
And DJ X1, who got my Saturday show now, won't give it back, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying?
Still moving,
but he's holding it down. X1 is bad, man.
Shouts out to him.
But like, you know, so being an artist and a what you want to say, a businessman in the industry, when I get hit with email blasts of music, the way I look at it different than say a consumer or a fan, and I have to remember that. You know, because like I'm picky with my music, you know. But even with the fans, you know, you gotta hit them repetitively. Like I might get an email blast, say from one particular artist. I might not even touch that email. I don't even know who this artist is. But like if I got hit with that email blast 20 times, 30 times, you know what I'm saying? Well, okay, let me check it out. And then it's up for the music to hook me. You know. And that's how you gotta look at it as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like when you try to keep pushing. Because it's the same thing with, you know, you listen to like the music that you play. You know, people listen to your show and then go buy the music. You know what I'm saying? You know, and depending how many times
by the way, go get his album.
man, you know. And so that's the thing. And the media is so saturated, right? You know, everything like the big companies are housing everything. So people like if it's
corporate
not
America.
Man, if it's not like if it doesn't have a major label behind it, a lot of people don't get behind it like that anymore. So it's a trip, man. But you gotta do grassroots promotion and you gotta do your shows too. A lot of shows. You gotta get out there and get, you know, footwork.